Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of So She Slay Show. I'm Heather.
I'm Chauncey. We're so happy to have you here. So today we have our wonderful guest, Danny, our business of partnerships. You catch her on IG Live all the time, which she's amazing at. Jeff, her wonderful boyfriend, and our amazing friend Aaron. I'm sorry, my best friend Aaron. So today, Heather and I and all the team were talking about relationships from our 20s and our 30s. So here we are.
I feel like it changes a lot from your 20s and your 30s. I feel like what you're looking for is very different, but I think where you are physically too is different. Like if you're in a small town versus a city, I feel like it's different. So let's go ahead and let's talk about your dating experiences. Let's kind of synopsis it in your 20s. Danny, Jeff, you guys want to go first?
Yeah, so we are together. So and over 30. I'm over 30 and or I'm 30. Oh yeah, I'm over 30. 31.
Yes.
Yeah. But dating in my 20s was, I wouldn't want to say more fun, but just more carefree. Like I was very narrow-minded and like what is it, I was very focused on physical looks and like height and like, oh, you need to look like this, you need to do this. And then I realized that like I don't want someone to have a checklist for me, and then I shouldn't have a checklist for them. I should be focused on people. And then also I swore that I would never date a man with kids in my 20s, which I just felt like everyone was saying, oh, you gotta date guys with kids. So many people have kids these days. Like, oh, don't worry about that. Like, don't. I'm like, no, I'm actually really selfish and kind of high maintenance right now. So I don't want to be a game of tug of war, because I know that this man, if I like this man, he needs to be giving attention to his children. So I don't want to take that attention away, and I know that I will. Like I want to. So dating in your 20s was interesting. Dating in your 30s is nicer, I think.
You don't know.
you only made it a year.
Well, I'm dating. I'm in a relationship.
What are you dating? We're together.
We dated
when you were 29.
Okay, that's true.
Oh, Jeff, you better preach about your life, okay? Tell her who you are to her.
You gotta make sure.
I'm in a relationship with this guy right here. It's going great. So my 30s is great. Like,
it's going great.
Jeff's gonna remind you who he was. Okay, he said you have not dated in your 30s.
All right, Jeff.
Jeff, okay, so Jeff, what is your insight?
When I was in my 20s, I actually am still in my 20s. So
don't brag. Don't brag.
She said don't brag.
Don't brag.
Don't brag. Don't brag.
Turned 30 in March. But you know, like I'm 30. I might as well be 30. I've been 30 all my life, damn near. So when I was in my when I was younger than I am now, I guess, in my 20s, I used to have stuff like she can't not like milk. Like I just really love milk and cereal. So
I hate milk.
I hate milk.
I want to sit down and eat cereal with my girlfriend, or
What if she's lactose intolerant?
Yeah, thank you, Aaron. Thank you.
You're the one talking about gas, so
look, I don't. Okay, I know, right? I'm telling y'all my 20s, man. I'm telling y'all this right now.
Okay, go on. Okay, milk was a non-negotiable.
Actually, one thing for me that's a weird non-negotiable. I love to cook. I love to eat. So like, I can't have a girlfriend that like only eats chicken nuggets. She doesn't have to be complete. She could be picky. Like everybody's picky. Some people don't eat certain things, but like I'd like a girlfriend. For me, a deal breaker would be if we went out to eat and like, I guess this sounds kind of weird, but her decision when we were at the dinner table, she picked something that's like not sophisticated. And I hate to say it like that, but like like a childish meal. Like I just don't like when I can't have a conversation. If conversation is bad, like if we're at a dinner table and you can't hold a conversation, or if you, I guess, are trying too hard to hold a conversation, I don't know. It's just tough for me.
I get it.
Yeah, it's forced. So that's a deal breaker. Those are my deal breakers.
Okay, Aaron, what's your 20s and 30s?
20s and 30s. I think 20s, I mean, because I didn't really date in high school. So like once I got to college, I got to meet a bunch of people from all walks of life. I'm a Bay Area born and bred, so like always had a melting pot of a community around me. So that was always exciting. So I would say I was more open-minded. Also, I was just more energetic to do things that were out of my comfort zone. But I also realized that maybe I might have done that to an extreme extent because I wasn't really compiling any data to like see what worked for me or what I liked or what really resonated with me and what didn't. So I felt like all those bar outings, all those different outings, while they were fun, like I wasn't really cultivating anything substantial or like concrete with any one person. So there wasn't any foundation of an actual connection. So that was dating in the 20s, dating in the 30s. I'm just 30 right now, so I don't know how it's gonna look, but I do know I am a person who's extremely career focused right now at this juncture in my life. I just got a new job and I'm in a new field, so that's all well and good. Making that paper, that's great. I'm just really focused on just making sure I have a foundation that will eventually be a good foundation to support a family at some point. So I guess now dating my 30s, I think more about like, okay, what does dating look like? How long would I date somebody that I'm actually interested in? Ideally speaking, of course. And then like, when would I like to kind of like not have to date or be in a relationship anymore and actually be married and stuff like that? So I just think I'm more future oriented now than I was when I was in my 20s. I wouldn't say it's wasted time, but it's definitely more intentional now than it was before. Deal breakers I feel like have always kind of been the same. I was just more tolerant in my 20s than I am in my 30s. But table manners, like open mouth chewing, I will lose my shit with that. I really don't like that. Like Jeff said, being able to hold a conversation is huge. And kind of with that is kind of having a sense of humor too, just on top of that, because I tend to have a dry, sarcastic sense of humor. And if you get all sensitive about that, it's like, okay, you clearly don't vibe with me. So, I mean, which is fine. I mean, I'm sure like that can cross the line at times, but like as long as it's like communicated and like kind of smoothed out, like that shouldn't be an issue anymore. But sometimes there's people I meet that they just don't get down with it, and that's fine. Not having your own ambitions is a huge deal breaker. You have to have your own vision for yourself. Like I should be a supplement, not a requirement to you. I want to add to your life. I don't want to be your life, kind of a thing when I look for a partner. So that's really big, and vice versa. Like you shouldn't be dependent on me. I don't want to depend on you. You shouldn't depend on me. We should want to be together. We shouldn't need to be together, kind of a thing.
Exactly.
Like, that's big for me.
Chauncey.
Okay, so 20s and 30s.
She's just like,
Don't come to me.
Okay, so 20s and 30s, I agree with everyone what they said. Because like 20s, I didn't have enough boundaries. Like if I saw a red flag, I'm like, oh, it's okay, it'll be fine. But then I got older, I was like, no, these red flags are really important to me, you know? And like in your 20s, you're just like dating, talking to people, like you're just happy, like, you know, you're in your college years, you're going your like your first career job, like everything is just like very smooth. But like in my 30s now, like I know I have boundaries. There's certain non-negotiables. Like for instance, like you have to like, you know, I'm close to my family. Everyone who knows me knows I'm close to, you know, the homies. Like this is my crew, Patricia, Howard, my sister, my best friends are on this phone call. Like they're family, you guys are family to me. So they have to know these people, and like they have to have the same sense of like closeness to their family. Cause I feel like in my 20s when I dated guys who weren't close to their family, they didn't understand me going home for the weekend to visit my family was important to me. So knowing that, also, especially with the current climate you have, our current climate, back in the day, I didn't really talk about politics in relationships or like, you know, these things or anything like that. Cause just like, oh, whatever, like we live in the Bay Area, like you should feel these kind of ways I feel. But in my 30s, no, it's a non-negotiable. If you're not certain things that I feel strong about, you don't feel like strong about those things or have a good conversation about those things or open-minded, then we can't really vibe, because that's like my moral compass. Conversation pieces, like I like to have deep conversations about certain things. Ambition's really important to me. Back in my 20s, I was like, oh, I'm in college, I'm working. He doesn't have to do that, which is fine. You don't have to go to college. That's perfectly fine. But you have to have ambitions to do something. I realized the people I've talked to in the past, they weren't ambitious enough. So like they would be intimidated or upset how much I will work. And that's not okay. Like we both have to have that drive. Like I don't want you to need me because you need just to have me. You need to want us to be together because we can grow together as people and individuals and as a couple. For instance, I talked to this guy and I had an accident. It was a red flag. He went out that night. I had a car accident. He just went out with his friends. Yeah. And looking back on it, I was like, I should have took that as like he doesn't really care. So when my mom got sick later, he wasn't there for me. I was like, I should have saw that. But you know, you're so young and like, okay, it's whatever. But now, if I don't see that you care about little things, I'm just like, oh no, like you're not gonna be there for the big things.
I'm a little bit different in your guys's I guess experiences. So I'm kind of like a serial monogamist. Like I like being in relationships, but I'm not like in them for the sake of being in them. So I think like in high school, so I grew up in a really small farm town. So this is like the town where people freaking get married when they're 20, 21, and they got kids, like multiple kids by like 24, 25, right? And then you do that whole life thing, right? So that's what my town I grew up in is. You marry your high school sweetheart type of shit. So like I had fun at the beginning of high school or whatever. I, met this one guy and I was with him for like 4 years. And then we broke up. I was single for a year, got into another relationship for 2 years, was single for like another year and a half, and then got into another relationship for like 2 years. And then now I've been single for like 4. So it's like one of those things where I had like little dates in between where I was just like, whatever, that kind of stuff. But then it was kind of like, our episode on cuffing season where it's like you had the outlier that kind of just like stayed and like got things a little bit better. So, I ended up always pursuing something with that one person. And then, it just didn't work out for several different reasons. But yeah, I think for me, when I was younger, I was a different person when I was younger because I also grew up in a really different atmosphere. I mean, I didn't move to San Francisco until I was like 22. And so and then before then I was at Chico State, so which is still another big agricultural small type of college town. And so I was just around that for so long. So who I was fundamentally as a person, I mean, the foundation of me didn't change, but being exposed to different things, having your world open definitely changed the type of people that you are attracted to. So when I was younger, I definitely dated like your good old country boys, like farmers' kids, hunter, fishermen, cowboy type of people, because that's all that was around. And then I moved to San Francisco, or actually I moved to Chico, and then it was like I was really involved in art and like media and film and television. So I like gravitated to somebody in that atmosphere. And then in San Francisco, it was totally different. I was very driven, like I still am, like career focused, business driven. So then I dated somebody in that realm. So I've just kind of had like a really broad like thing with dating in itself. Just because I think as you grow as a person, you just that reflect like what you figure out about yourself is how what you're looking for in somebody else. Non-negotiables, you gotta be open-minded. Like if you're not open-minded, we can't hang. I'm sorry. That's even with my friends too. If you're not freaking open-minded, like we have nothing to talk about. Sorry, get out of my face.
And she's right. She's right.
Like, I was like, no. So open-minded, ambitious, definitely. I would say family-oriented. And then, just kind and thoughtful, like your regular, just be a nice human. That would be really great.
Oh yes, like good manners. That's the thing about me. If you don't have good manners, it pisses me off. You don't say please or thank you, especially to like janitorial staff or waitresses or anything like that. That irritates me. Like I'm like, you don't say hi to the janitor just because they quote unquote are beneath you. That works my nerves.
Yeah. Oh, that's just rude.
Yeah.
That's just rude.
I hate rude people.
Yeah.
What are your guys' tips that you wish you knew when you were younger, like dating?
I'll start.
Go.
Marry him. You're not
Amen.
gonna
You are not gonna marry him. Girl, yes.
Like my first serious relationship out of high school, I was like, oh my gosh, like I think I'm gonna be Mrs. Blah blah blah. And no, you're not. You're not. You still have so much life to live. You still have so many lessons to learn and so much to grow from. Like, you're not gonna marry that person. And if you do, you know what? Hope it works out, and hopefully you guys grow together. But like,
and not apart.
But you're gonna always be growing. And I think, when you're young, you still have so much. Like, you shouldn't change who you are fundamentally, but you will change. You will change so much. And I think you're building the foundations on what is a hard stop for you. So if you don't develop that individually, when you get older, you're just going to be a tree blowing in the wind. Like,
no, I agree with Danny with that. Like, you're not going to marry that person. Like, for me in my 20s, I never thought I was gonna marry anyone I dated. I was like, oh, this is not, like, I knew better. Like, I knew, because I'm just a very
I was like, I did not know that. I straight up thought I was gonna get married.
No, I never thought I was gonna get married to any person I dated. Like, I'm very, like, I think I'm very blessed with my parents. My mom has always been like very independent and everything. I'm very independent, but like for me, I was like, there's non-negotiables for me. Like now, and I look back and I was like, I am so happy. Like, of course, I did think I was gonna get married in my 20s. I was like, I'm gonna be 28 years old, married with a kid and everything. I did think that, but I didn't think the person I was dating was gonna be the person I was gonna marry. But I did think I want to be that. But looking back, like Danny said, you grow. You end up being a whole different. Like you have your foundation, but you do end up growing as a person. And looking back, oh, I am so glad I did not get married in my 20s. Like I'm so blessed. Like personally, like I don't think I knew myself as a woman, an individual, as a daughter, a sister, a friend. Like I can say I'm a better person in my 30s. Like, don't get me wrong, like I saw the foundation I had growing up, like, or in my 20s, but I'm a way better person than I am to myself. To myself, not to anyone else, but to myself in my 30s. Like I know exactly what I want, what I don't want.
Okay, so gentlemen, what are your tips?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Advice that you wish you gave yourself when you were younger about dating.
For me, I guess I don't know too much about marriage. I don't know too much about like the romanticized marriage and the like the Cinderella-ish type aspect of it. So I don't really know too much about certain expectations. Like from a guy standpoint, I knew it would be good to get married because I knew that I wouldn't start a family until I got married. But I don't think that I have my own expectations by seeing my dad and my family members who've been married of like what marriage should look like. But, I go to a wedding and then I go back home and I'm hanging out with my guys or I'm hanging out, I'm not really thinking of marriage in the back of my mind. So I think my advice would be to young men is to maybe try to be more aware of a potential partner's expectations, like where you may not be thinking, like how you said, you're not going to marry him. How many girls have I met back in the day? Not many, but the girls that I met, what were their expectations?
How many, Jeff? How many?
Because he was collecting 4 numbers a week, more
I mean, like there's 4 weekends in a month.
He was getting numbers. He was getting numbers.
I thought they were gonna marry you.
But Jeff was chosen. He was a chosen the street. I love it. I love it.
But no, I was gonna say, like, I guess just managing your expectations or just knowing that that's that expectation. But on a serious level, 2 would be to just be honest. Like, try to be honest and upfront. I know that's easier said than done, especially when it's hard for you to be honest when you don't really know yourself. So like, it's this expectation that that you know that you should know more than you do, or you should say more than you know, and you may not even know. And it's like, if I don't know, then I don't even know that I don't know, because I don't know what I'm supposed to know. Like, I remember,
You just flat out don't know.
you're just a question mark. Just, but one thing, like for me, I think is interesting that I thought about in this conversation. I'll say this and I'll be done. But
No, keep talking. We love it.
thank you, thank you. So I didn't know how to play chess. I love chess right now, but I didn't know how to play chess until my sophomore year of college. When I learned how to play, I was like, man, this is a lot of fun. And then I just like got a chessboard, took it around campus, would play everybody that I could play. And there was like a girl, this happened to me like twice in my life, but one time this girl played me in chess and she beat me. And I was like, yo, this is tight. Like, this is something like a cool day thing. Like, so I didn't know that that's something that I would, think would be
Be
cool.
intrigued.
Yeah. And so now, like, now I'm more developed in my taste. Not saying like a girl has to know how to play chess, but like that's something that could probably possibly cancel out a other deal breaker that I'm like, oh man, da 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 da. But you play chess though, like, but just like now I know myself enough to know what could potentially be deal
You
breaker.
refined your taste.
Refine my taste. I could have
It's
just
like alcohol. It's like you have those, kamikazes and shit like that when you're younger.
Oh my
But
god.
when you get older,
It's a sangria for me now. It's not
you're
the
doing
sex.
sangrias, you're doing a martini.
It's not my sex on the beach or the bar like I used to get in college. Like, I know, trashy drink. I know. But
like, I was an AMF girl. Like,
yes, you were.
Hey, me too. It's all
both
right.
were. I was like sex on the beach, but
Go
now I'm like,
right ass blue drinks.
I was like, can I have a sangria now? Can I have a glass of wine?
like I'm very much more calm. Like whiskey.
Okay, like I like a little, some water on the side now, please.
that's her order. She's like, can I get a glass of sangria and a water, please?
Yeah, it's the hydration for me at this age.
Yes.
Okay, Aaron.
My advice for 20-year-olds, which it pretty much ties everybody else's advice together. It's like ultimately you just gotta have patience. Kind of like what Danny said, like you're not gonna marry him. It's like there are plenty of fish to see. Just be patient. You'll find somebody. And quite frankly, it's probably in your path to meet multiple people. It's like kind of like what Chauncey was talking about, like being career driven and all that, like knowing what she wants. It's like be patient, knowing that your journey for yourself should be a priority, but just be patient because that's going to take time to develop as well. Jeff mentions like you don't know yourself to that high of a level yet, so obviously that's going to take patience. Ultimately, everything ties down to patience, in my opinion. So let it run its course. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, but also just try to be a good person during that time. Learn about yourself, learn about other people, see what works for you, see what doesn't work with you, and it'll all work itself out in that time. But definitely prioritize yourself is also something I would say, because you have a lot of growing to do in your 20s and quite frankly in your 30s and thereafter, but the growth never ends. But especially in your 20s, like there's so many things that'll be thrown at you at that decade, like, so just enjoy the ride and just be patient.
Trial and error.
Just growing, so you can't define yourself just by one person. You need to like grow, mature on your own, because a lot of things I couldn't deal with in my 30s I dealt with. Like luckily I've always been like, I knew more about what I wanted when I got my late 20s, but a lot of things I wouldn't be able to handle in my early 20s that I went through like recently, or like our friendship wise, like losing friendships. Like there's a lot of growing in your 30s.
You're expected to be a whole ass adult.
Yes.
In your early 20s.
Even right now, like they expect so much from us.
In your 20s, all right, we all either about to reach 30 or a little over 30, and I'm telling you, I feel like I'm not an adult, like more than half the time. I feel like I'm faking it.
I have a bill to pay. I just got a notice on my phone. It says your bill's coming up for your student loan. Well, hello.
Oh, don't say bills.
Like, honestly, like you're supposed to go get a job so you can support yourself. Then you're supposed to get off your parents' insurance. You're supposed to find a place to live. You're supposed to do all these things that are adult things while you're trying to figure out yourself, like, and then maybe try to date too. So it's just like,
I was like, throw in a freaking relationship on top of that. That's a whole ass mess. We have all been in at least one relationship. Why do I mean I don't know very many women, but I know a lot of men who it doesn't work out, but they always come back.
Yes. Why do you guys come back?
Why do y'all come back?
Like it's new. Like it's
Even
a new
if
thing.
you broke up with them or they broke up with you, like y'all come back.
Please tell us, man. That's only we can wrap that question up right there. I just wanted that answer.
I know for me personally, there have been times where I've been quick to jump the gun on things, and I use that time to self-reflect and like, okay, was that really the right decision and whatnot? And even then, when I do come back, it's not with intent to necessarily get back together. It's kind of just to kind of smooth things out. It's like, hey, like, did we make the right decision? And then we just kind of talk about things that that came to mind. That's pretty much the only reason why that's happened. It's never due to an insecurity feeling of like feeling alone or anything like that, because I can certainly be alone. There's nothing wrong with that. But there are times where I'm like, I might have been a little too hasty with that, or I may not have seen it the way she was trying to communicate it all that time. Granted, at the end of the day, it's on me because either I messed up or I made the call to end it. But I mean, it always starts with just kind of like a circle back and just like, hey, like, can we talk about X, Y, and Z? Like I've had time to think about it. I don't know if you even care to think about it. And then obviously got to be open to that conversation. And then if it goes to something like to talk about revisiting, then it goes from there. Or if it's like, nah, we made the right decision, or you made the right decision.
Got it. Jeff?
I think people come back, or the guys come back, because something about the relationship was never official. Whether it be you guys being boyfriend and girlfriend, like I'll say this, I'm not a saint. And I'm just saying, out of all the relationships I've been in, I want to say that I have always made it official. Like, we are doing this together exclusively, boyfriend and girlfriend. So it's never really any point to be like, what are we? No room for confusion. Okay, it's over. Now it is over. Now it is ended for the other ones, obviously. This is ended. So there's no confusion. There's closure. There's no reason for me to need to go back. He never made it if you never make it official, then you could never really officially end it. So it's always an open door. You didn't lock the door. You didn't close it. You didn't blow up the building. It's always there to you just revisit. You know what I'm saying?
But that's true. That's true. If you don't define a relationship, that is true. So what do you guys think is the best way to move forward if you don't, in a relationship? Like, do you just, reach back and ask them for like, why do you guys break up, or why is it over? For like, the hey stranger texts, or you just let it go? Like, you make the comeback?
It might not be healthy, but sometimes you might need to meet somebody else. Sometimes you might need to just do better. You need to maybe you need to upgrade. This person is a symbol in your life that things might be like stagnant in your life. You might have a roadblock. Maybe there's something you need to switch or flip or upgrade in your life.
Maybe you just bored.
Maybe
maybe you just need to do something else.
Oh God.
Depends how it ended too. If it ended poorly, there's no reason you should be coming back. But if it was honestly just maybe a meeting of the minds that didn't happen, okay, yeah, maybe have that.
Or bad timing.
Bad timing. Like, I used to think that was such a BS answer from girls when I was dating, but I was like, as I got older, I was like, okay, I don't have time, so maybe I understand why timing is used as a maybe a way out. I don't know. I wouldn't want to word it that way because it can be legit, but
it's relative. For sure.
So I mean, closure should be achieved regardless, hopefully, but in an ideal world, which I don't know.
Idealism.
Ideally, I stopped needing closure. I realized that closure is for the other person and like
for you,
and not for you. So if that person and that relationship ended and they need closure from me, then that's fine, and I'll do my best as long as it doesn't mess with my energy. I'll do the best to give them that. But like, I stopped needing it because I don't need to know why necessarily,
Mhm.
unless there's something wrong with me that I need to work on to fix. I don't need you to tell me. I don't
Exactly.
need you to tell me why you may have cheated. I don't need you to maybe tell me why you were bored. I don't need you to tell me why whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can figure it out, and I probably already know and overlooked it.
Exactly. Like it's called growth in your own self. So, on that note, I guess we are done with our wonderful talk today. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Aaron. We're super excited to keep this conversation going. And we probably will make another time to keep talking about relationships and growing because I feel like we did really good today, actually. So, in that note, welcome to the Socially Slay Show. Hope to see you guys next time. I'm Chauncey. That's Heather. All right. Have a good day, Slay Nation. Bye.
Bye.